things started.
So the GOP convention kicks off today in Cleveland. That's not why I'm talking this way. I had mouth surgery over the weekend, so I'm not 100% here, but mostly here. And The View will be reporting live from there later this week, but more on the convention later. But we really want to start here. 10 days after the tragedy in Dallas, another lunatic in Baton Rouge shot 6 police officers, killing 3 of them. Thoughts and prayers go out to the families and friends and everything, and everyone who's impacted by this. But what is this going to take? Because is it just crazy people coming out doing it? Because clearly it wasn't about race, because he gunned down officer of color. So what's happening?
Did he know he was shooting? Did he realize what he was doing?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah. And I think it's difficult to make sense of crazy, right? I mean, how do you make sense of all of the violence that we are seeing day in and day out? It's almost becoming routine for our country.
What I don't like is that it's trending kind of thing. You know, they use that phrase, it's trending. The same with these ISIS attacks, you know, the thing we saw in Nice. It's like the people getting, oh, that's a good idea, I think I'll try that. And it just sort of picks up steam like that, and it's pretty scary stuff.
Whoopi, I think it's what you said, though. It's crazy, just like the shooting in Orlando, where they're looking for a cause. They're going out looking. The cause is not finding them. So whether it's, oh, yeah, I'm doing it for ISIS, or, oh, yeah, it's the race thing, you know, it's Black Lives Matter. It's all just crazy, looking for a home in anger and rage.
I think it's the relationship, though, race aside, between police and community that's really the issue here. There's an issue with the way authority is coming out in these communities, that a lot of people, you have to face the fact, a lot of people feel that the police isn't on their side for whatever reason. That's not to say that that's true. That's not to say, you know, there aren't bad actors in the community on both sides. But these conversations, in order for this to stop, it's not going to be from President Obama. It's not going to be from politicians. I think this is going to be at the dinner table in communities, where parents and kids sit and have these conversations about what it means to be a police officer, about what it means to be an African-American in a community stopped by police.
You're talking rationally.
Yeah.
You know, these are people who do this are not rational people.
Yeah.
They think they're rational, but they are not rational people, because the conversations are happening. We can see it. Police officers, you know, 97% of police officers are great people.
Yep.
I can attest to that. You know? And this makes them as angry as it makes us. No police officer ever wants to be represented as a killer. That's not their job. Their job is to make sure that people in whatever neighborhoods are safe. And I think that, you know, a lot of what we have to look at and say, you know, yesterday, you know, Donald Trump said, you know, that he doesn't think the president is doing enough. Because his body language, it's like, no, Donald, don't. It has nothing. Apparently, the president's body language bothers Donald. He thinks it's inciting people.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Donald. What incites people
is you
making some of the statements you've made.
Yeah.
See, nobody needs to be stirring the pot right now. You don't need to be stirring it with Obama. You don't need to be nobody needs to be stirring the freaking pot right now.
He calls himself the law and order. He's referring to himself as the law and order candidate.
Well, but the show is not on for him
anymore. It comes from the 60s. George Wallace, who was a racist and candidate in those days, used that. It's really like what they call a dog whistle, where you're saying to you know, people, watch out for the other.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think that the president has done a really good job of walking what is a tightrope, because we're talking about, yes, violence against police, which is horrible, but we're also talking about police violence against black men. right? So he's walking that
We're talking about
very
violence. We're just talking about violence.
But I think we need to call it what it is, because when you talk about how this whole thing sort of started, this recent epidemic, it started with the murder of Alton Sterling. It started with the murder of Phil Castile.
But this has been, but again, this, as I said last week and we'll say again, in 1974, Richard Pryor did a whole piece about this. The fact that he was nervous driving in his car because when he got pulled over, he had to say to the police, I am putting my hand in my pocket to get my wallet.
Right.
So this has been going on for a while, but this is
meaning
what we're
violence
talking
against African-American men.
Violence, just violence. Whether you think it's about the cops, whether you think it's about people of color, violence is happening. And part of the problem is that there seems to be no one who says, okay, there is an issue. Let's start with the fact that there is an issue.
There is a kind of a perfect storm going on with all these automatic weapons out there, though. These military-level weapons that a lot of nutcases have. It used to be just the police had the extreme weapons. Now others have them. So I would be very scared if I were a policeman right now because of that.
Well, because they're not carrying around that assault rifle regularly. Like they have
that's been one of the common denominators that we don't talk about enough, because if you look at it, the weapon of choice for these mass murderers are the AR-15 or AR Type 15, and that's one of the weapons that this shooter had in Baton Rouge. Where did he get that gun? And so, you know, I know that the Cleveland Police Department has asked for the convention for the governor of Ohio to do something about the open carry laws, because
the governor can't, right?
He can't. It's not constitutional.
It's not.
He can't.
Listen, they can ban tennis balls from. They can ban tomatoes from the convention floor. They can ban all sorts of things from the convention.
You know what ticks me off, though?
You can't
all
say
these people who love these guns,
weapons?
all these politicians who are pro, let's get these guns, keep the guns, open carry, let's buy bigger, bigger, bigger. They're not allowed in the Republican convention. Why? What are they scared of?
Exactly.
Wait, wait. Don't clap. I mean, you can put them in a college. How about a college classroom? That's okay, you know, but not at their precious convention, okay? Take a note of that.
But here's the thing:
they're scared of something.
Whenever there's something that happens like this, whenever there's a shooting, or if it's, you know, Newtown, we talk about mental health for about 10 seconds, and then we leave that. We talk about guns for a little while, and I think there's a problem in this country with how we deal with people who have mental health problems, who are legitimately crazy, because those people will get their hands on a weapon one way or another.
You don't even know who's crazy. You don't even know who's crazy, Jedediah. They're crazy.
That's what I'm saying, though. You have to be able, when you talk about background checks, you have to be able to have background checks for people that have mental illness. You have to know that. So we have that.
But they could pass the background check and then be crazy later.
And the other problem with mental health is a lot of people, you have to know you have a problem. You have to seek help out. Oftentimes mental health, when you go looking for a doctor, you're paying out of pocket because you're trying to find a good therapist. Right. This is assuming these people have resources and that they've ever been in a system.
But a lot of times there are records. Some of these shooters, there are records in their past that say this person should have been flagged along the way, and they're not.
Why are you playing hot potato with this? Now you want to talk about mental health.
I do.
Why can't we also talk about guns?
We can talk about guns.
Guns are the problem.
We can talk about guns. We can talk about both.
We don't need to play this game anymore.
I think you got to talk about both.
A lot of it is just plain old rage, and give somebody who's in a rage a gun, he's going to shoot it.
But crazy people, there are crazy people, there are evil people, there are people like in this case that are going to go out and say, I want to go after police. So in some cases, you have to deal with a case-by-case basis. What are we going to do? Take everyone's gun away?
Yeah,
every person.
Well, actually, you know, here's the thing. No, you don't want to take everybody's gun away, but you do want acknowledgement from the NRA that there's an issue.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And the NRA doesn't seem to recognize that there are guns in the hands of some people they shouldn't be in the hands of. And if you can't have that conversation, how are we going to talk about anything else? If we can't, you know, listen, I believe if the people who came out and had anything to say about anything that happens would say this is a horrific thing. This should never be happening. We're police officers. We never want to see this. We're the people who do this, and we never want to see this. But the conversation never starts there.
No.
It never starts with, it's always like, well, you guys are all, you should be worried about black-on-black crime, or you should be worried about this. The bottom line is simply this. We have a huge issue in the country. We have a huge issue in the country, and it affects all of us. Because if you get caught in the crosshairs of one of these, that's on you. So we have to pay attention. Like I have to pay attention right now. Like I have to go, and I know it. So I'm going to give them what they would like from me, but reluctantly. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Coming up, did Kim K expose Taylor Swift lying about Kanye West? The conversation Kim caught on video. This week, the Republicans hit Cleveland, then the Democrats take Philadelphia.
The stakes are high.
And we've got your convention view right here. Summer chic for a steal when you view your deal. We partnered with vendors for up to 67% off hot items from head to toe.
So Donald Trump apparently sat down for his first interview with running mate Mike Pence in a 60 Minutes interview that had its share of very awkward, very odd kind of moments. I mean, like how his VP has something in common with Hillary Clinton. Don't let me tell you. Just watch.
I was against the war in Iraq from the beginning.
Yeah, but you've used that vote of Hillary's, that was the same as Governor Pence,
many people
as the example of her bad judgment.
Many people have, and frankly, I'm one of the few that was right on Iraq.
Yeah, but what about he did?
He's entitled to make a mistake every once in a while.
But she's not. Okay, come on.
But she's not.
She's not.
No, she's not.
That was like a political first date. Like, it was so weird.
No, it's worse than that. Awkward. It looks like Mike Pence is the kid who's been called to the dean's office with his dad. And Donald Trump is the dad, and he's just sitting there like, what did I do, Dad? Did I do anything wrong? It's so painful, but it's mostly painful because of the two men. Mike Pence is the competent one. What are you doing
What do you
doing
mean
that?
competent? Why is he competent?
He's a successful governor.
He used to be a radio host, okay?
No, he's been a governor. This guy has accomplished something politically.
He doesn't believe in global warming. He's against any kind of...
his beliefs. That doesn't mean he's incompetent.
Yes,
He's
you don't believe in global warming, you're incompetent.
You know, let's talk about his competence.
Sorry.
And talking about his competence.
He's been a governor.
When he was in, I think people need to understand about his record when he was governor. When he became governor in 2013, state funding for Planned Parenthood was cut in half. By 2014, but he also closed all these clinics that didn't even.
I don't agree.
He closed all these clinics that didn't even perform abortions. They tested women for STIs, and so when you look at his competence, it's one of misogyny and discrimination and all that sort of stuff.
But what I'm talking about is that he's been a governor. He's had to deal with balancing budgets. He's had to deal with being a manager of something. This is a guy who has government experience sitting next to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump...
But I thought all of his supporters don't like that establishment character. You know, that whole thing.
Having a resume?
He's a businessman.
Having a political resume?
By the way, there was a guy on GMA this morning that we should all watch this. A guy who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. He ghost wrote it. Trump didn't even write the book.
Yeah.
He's not even a good businessman.
Yeah.
Jedediah, I see what you're trying to
Wait.
I kind of agree with what Jedediah is saying. When the interview started, you see Mike Pence handle the questions like a politician. She's asking some things where she's asking him to answer. He diplomatically sidesteps. He's doing a good job, and Donald Trump makes the mistake of interrupting him, and then, like, he completely betrays himself in everything he answers. I was like, let the one that knows how to talk.
They also don't agree on anything.
But he took over. You know what shocked?
He kept kind of shutting him up.
Trump
took over, and what that told me is when if Trump is in the White House, Mike Pence goes into the Oval and closes the door and says, please don't touch the nuclear button. Trump's going to do whatever he wants to do.
Oh, heck
He's
yeah.
going to do whatever he wants to do.
No nuclear button.
He's not going to listen to Mike Pence.
Well, he picked this guy because the establishment doesn't like Trump. Mike Pence is good for fundraising. He's good for getting conservatives like him because of these issues that you don't like, the social conservative issues. I'm not a social conservative either, but there are social conservatives that are worried about Trump that are going to be drawn in. I think it was an attempt to unify the party, but you're right in the sense that anybody who watched that saw that Donald Trump doesn't care what Mike Pence has to say.
He doesn't.
He's there to be a showpiece.
It's a Saturday Night Live sketch waiting to happen.
Yeah,
That's all I did was like...
But you know what? Before we go, could we have a moment of silence for Chris Christie?
He was so upset.
No, we can't. Yeah. Well, it didn't work out.
He'll be on a hunger strike before you know it.
He was upset. He indicated that he was disappointed.
Well, he was one of the first people that flip-flopped right after getting out of the race and was like, remember the painful standing next to him with that look of what did I do? What did I do?
Yeah.
And paid a price for not even getting a role.
Gingrich is gone also. I had a lot of material on Gingrich and Christie, so this is really ticking me off.
Well, somebody just started to make a very important point. Maybe it was you. Oh, no, maybe it was you.
Oh.
My mouth is killing me. I don't know who it was. But the point is that with all of this, we don't want anybody who's already been there. This is a very odd choice to run with as someone who's, establishment. Because he is establishment. He is establishment. And I guess that goes to show you that, it's good to have some new stuff, but you have to actually have somebody who knows something about that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't just, somebody has to know. And, recompense, Mike Pence, whatever it turns out to be, we'll be right back either way. So, we always like to hit the most important stuff when we hit the table. So we're gonna hit you with this. Kim Kardashian posted a video on Snapchat, that she says sheds light on her husband Kanye West's feud with Taylor Swift. Full disclosure, I have not been keeping up with this story because I'd rather get pregnant again. So, Sarah, can you enlighten me on this?
Yes, I can. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me refresh everyone. In 2009, Kanye stormed the VMA stage when Taylor won Best Female Video because Beyonce didn't. That's where this kind of feud started. Right. Earlier this year, Kanye released the song Famous. And in that song, there's a line that says, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that B famous. Okay. Not a nice line. That B. I can't say the other one.
Say biatch.
Okay. I made that biatch famous. Yes. And Kanye had said all along that he got permission. Taylor denied it. So Kim Kardashian got involved to defend her man and said to GQ that Taylor was playing the victim card and she had approved the line. Okay. This is the point you've all been waiting for. So last night, Kim posted a video to Snapchat, which we have here, where Kanye and Taylor were discussing the song on the phone. Take a listen.
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex.
It's like a compliment. I go with whatever line you think is better. It's obviously very tongue-in-cheek either way. And I really appreciate you telling me about it. That's really nice.
Okay.
Now, that seems really awful, but it doesn't have the part she's taking aim with is that she posted on Instagram, where in the video is Kanye telling me he was going to call me that biatch in his song. She said she didn't know she was being recorded and had never actually heard this song, which you don't hear in that video, that part. You do hear...
Yes, but the bottom line is she made it seem like she didn't know anything about the song and she was completely outraged by the song. And now, come to find out, he did call her. And I think you have to give him a little bit of credit for that, and she didn't give him credit. And what I would like to also say is, I am very impressed that Kim Kardashian stuck up for her man like that.
Yeah.
I really dug that. Because y'all know, people come for my man, I'm coming for you.
You know, this is the most...
And that's what she did.
This is so upsetting. Doesn't this country have enough unrest? Do we have to have Taylor and Kanye fighting too?
We're a nation divided right now, Joy. No, but I'm surprised it was
musician
just...
on musician violence.
It is.
Good Lord.
And she'll write a song. She will fix his.
Yeah, but I'm surprised it's just that B that got her mad. The part about I made you famous.
That is no way.
That makes me
I don't buy the story that she was so insulted by that one line. I think she saw an opportunity to be victimized here, and she thought everybody was going to get on her side, and all the feminists, she was going to become the face of feminism this year. And I'm with you. You know what? If that was my man, Kim Kardashian, I would have been like, no. I would have been just like,
but Kanye does believe that he made Taylor famous.
We're still talking about it.
But this
Well, he might have made... He made her famous, but we know what made Kim Kardashian famous.
Yes. But this moment defines... This moment on stage where he took the mic from her, that defines his brand. He had a terrible reputation after that.
Yes.
This is an effort to keep Kanye West as that guy. And Kim Kardashian was saying, no, you know what? My man is not that. He apologized for that. Forgive and forget.
Don't come for my hunty.
Yep.
Don't.
The two of us. Come here, girl.
All right, I won't.
What a waste of energy.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Simon Pegg.
And I'm Saldana. We'll be talking to the ladies today about our fantastic new movie, Star Trek Beyond. So stay tuned and
live long and prosper.
Saldana and Simon Pegg are back exploring strange new worlds in the sequel, Star Trek Beyond. And they're entering one right now. Please welcome, I don't know what that meant, but okay, clearly it's me and my mouth really going off the deep end. So please welcome Zoe Saldana and Simon Pegg. Can we just say that you also wrote this one?
I co-wrote it, yeah. I can't. I have a brilliant co-writer in Doug Jung, but yeah, it was. I had a bit more to do on this film. Yeah,
it's kind of a lot more to do. A lot more to do. I mean, this is I can't even say it. It's the 50th anniversary of the Star Trek franchise.
Yes, it is.
And in this new movie, you're reprising your roles as Uhura and Scotty. Simon, you also co-wrote the movie, which I just brought up. You grew up, you were a Star Trek fan, is that true?
I was, and as such, I know that you are very much a part of the Star Trek universe too. You're,
Yeah.
There it is.
Yes. Oh my God. The
you are alumni.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I also have to say this in a Patrick Stewart voice, but Guinan.
You see, my leg went up.
Now, sorry. No, Zoe, you also have starred in a lot of the biggest sci-fi films. Avatar, let me get them all right. Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Trek. You said that movies set in space give women different types of roles.
There's a lot more to do than be someone's girlfriend or wife or mother, and I like that. I like being a part of leaving a trail of strong and empowering breadcrumbs for women to sort of have more options to do so cool.
And I never thought
As did the original player of Uhura, because that's who knocked. I mean, when I was little, she suddenly showed up because I was a sci-fi fanatic, and there she was, gorgeous, and she was in charge of communications, and she was the first person that let America realize that we were in fact in the future, because prior to that, no folks of color anywhere on any planet in anybody's head. So you're carrying that on, so thank you.
Thank you.
And that was Gene Roddenberry, who created Star Trek. His whole thing was pushing everything forward. Like, we had, you know, if there was a Japanese pilot, a Russian navigator. This is in the 60s. It wasn't long after the war. It wasn't long after it was in the middle of the Cold War. It had the first interracial kiss on American television. Star Trek is the bomb, everybody.
Speaking of that, you caused a little bit of controversy with this movie when you decided to make Sulu, who was originally played by George Takei, gay in this movie. Now, George is a friend of yours.
Yes, he is.
Came out and said, you know, I support this, but wondered if maybe you should have made a new character gay instead of this particular character.
That's right.
Tell me how you feel about that and what led to your decision.
I totally understood. And I think George was worried that we thought that Gene had neglected to do that back in the 60s, when, of course, he hadn't. He couldn't. There are certain things. You pick your battles carefully. You do this gradually. Social change is something that you do intelligently, or otherwise it's kind of revolution and people get hurt. So George was, because he played Sulu as straight, we didn't want anyone to think that our Sulu had chosen to be gay, because that's not how it works. This is an alternate universe where there are lots of different things, and whatever sort of metagenetic detail change makes us who we are is different in our universe. If we brought in a new gay character, it would have been like, hello, my name's such and such, and I'm gay. And I don't always know the sexuality of the people I meet immediately. It would have felt almost a little bit too like we're shining a light on it, a reveal.
To announce and everything. And this time it was shared. And I loved it because I was able to, as an audience member, get a glimpse of one of these crew people, and he's a father. That to me was the thing that was so amazing. He has a family, he's compromised. Therefore, he must fight for peace because his daughter's life depends on it. I don't care who he made his kid with.
It's sweet and thrown away, and it was just meant to look like it's always been there, which it has always been there.
Yes,
you know?
It really has.
Yes.
It really has. So I want to take a moment to mention, Anton Yeltsin, who was a superb young man, a superb, fabulous actor, just a great kid, who was killed in an accident a few weeks ago. You guys shot this last film with him. He was still with us. Give us some wonderful memories of him on our set, on your set.
Well, this is still very raw for us, you know. It doesn't feel right to be talking about Anton in the past tense. He was such an amazing kid, a brilliant, brilliant actor, always the smartest guy in the room. Yep. And it doesn't make any sense to us, you know. And even now I haven't processed it, and I see him up there on the screen. And when you see the movie, please be happy, because
he loved what he did.
And he'll live forever, you know. You see him up there, and he's not going anywhere. You're almost lucky in a way if you didn't meet Anton, because for you nothing has changed. You'll always see Anton. For us, we've lost somebody we love and cared about, and it's never.
It's irreplaceable. Yes.
Yeah.
Changing the tone a little bit to see it a little happier now. You have two beautiful little boys.
I do.
Cy and Bowie, and said that in raising your kids, you've discovered this amazing group of support with women.
Oh. I'm like, why is everybody oohing and ahhing? Yes, you know, in my 20s, I went through this phase that being the only girl meant that I was the coolest, and later you realize that being the only girl sometimes in your workforce is pretty lonely, because you see how men kind of relate to each other, and they have each other, and they have all these things to always talk about, and you're not interested in half of them because you're a girl. And also, I was very humble, too. I'm taught every day, and I'm raised every day by amazing, courageous women, not just women in my family, but just mothers around me that in our town, whether they were famous or not, if you're a mother, they just either would offer advice or show me where to shop, tell me what to get, tell me what to do when I was breastfeeding, because breastfeeding twins was like no joke. And but I did it.
Good for you.
It's important.
Good for you.
And I want to pay it forward. So every time I hear that somebody's pregnant, I am that loud Latin girl that goes, listen, go get this, don't do this, do that. Here's my email.
That's awesome. You know, sometimes, well, I was just going to say, you know, I've been talking about all the things that I'd rather do than some other things, like discussing stuff like Kanye and Kim. I always say, you know, I'd rather have my period. But today I changed it into being pregnant, and look, we're still in a pregnancy conversation. Back up, anything's flying near me.
Well, we've got an announcement to make.
That's
She's
right.
expecting.
My eggs. Yeah, my eggs are older than everyone you know. But you guys, thank you for coming. Thanks.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
You know, sharing Star Trek with us. I just said thanks. Beyond, oh my God, Star Trek Beyond opens in theaters and IMAX on July 22nd. And we, of course, you know, we're like bad guests. We'll be right back.
Cute sunglasses, amazing headscarf. We have partnered with vendors to bring you the best deals on View Your Deals. Up next.
admit it, my style at the pool and the beach and everywhere could definitely use an upgrade, and I'm getting one right now. We partnered with vendors for up to 67% off summer chic styles from head to toe while supplies last. So let's get shopping with style expert and one of my personal favorites, Gretta Monahan.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Introducing the hot dry head wrap. Obviously, I like it because I'm not taking it off. This looks like an ordinary hair accessory. It's not. It's totally different. The fabric actually has a UV protectant built in, so this blocks out humidity, so you have a no frizz, amazing hair day every day you go to the pool and beach with your kids. A mom created this, a very clever mom, and these come in 3 different patterns.
When we forget, your hair color, if you have color, needs to be protected.
And this will protect that because you lose almost 80% of your color. The original price here was $79. Today we get it for $39. AJ Morgan sunglasses and sun readers. I mean, I love these because they're not only fashionable, they're flattering.
Oh my
gosh,
you can see
they have like styles for men and women, so everybody can get it. And if you know anyone who's wearing the double glasses or the clip-ons, today's the day. It's got to stop. The original price is $24. And today's deal is $12.
That's amazing.
And the assortment is huge.
These are, but they're readers too.
Yes, you can get sun readers, anything you need. Bifocal sun readers. I mean, they've got it. It's incredible.
I put these on and I didn't realize they actually are glasses.
They're amazing. They're for everyone, and I love them.
And I am wearing them.
I knew you would be because I am too. Rustic cuff. This is a double wrap calfskin cuff, which is so cute with everything. Comes in 11 colors, and this will look good all year round. But the bonus is,
I love
look at this cool little pouch, you guys.
It's like a little
coin pouch. You can use it just to store, but it's also amazing for cash and credit cards, which is what I'm using it for.
You better use it for more than storage.
I love it. It's too cute. The original price is $88. Today's deal, $29 for a savings.
These are so cute.
Isn't it cute? You
but
can
I
wrap
love
it.
the pouch even probably the most.
And you can mix it with all your other jewelry. Okay, so as you can see, huge assortment of such fun, cool sneakers and socks, which I love for everybody. Women, kids, slip-on sneakers and socks. The original price, you guys, is $12 to $138. Today's deal on these, $6 to $69 for a savings of 50%. These are designed by artists.
These are adorable. Those have eggs and bacon on them.
I love them. They're so cute and they're comfortable. So Milo Gift Shop. Obviously, you can see these are such cool platters that you can serve and style with. They're dishwasher safe, or you can just use them as table decor, which I love. I love these for gifts because anything personalized is always a home run. Okay, so you got to check this out because this is an amazing deal. The original price on these is $46. Was today. It's $20 for you and me.
That's a good one.
57%.
Those are great gifts.
Great, and they come in 30 patterns. Choose it, whatever goes with your style, personality. They're amazing.
So adorable.
Now,
and a nice little pop of color.
I know, and home decor again. Glory House. I love this inspirational home decor. You guys can see this. These are simple little pieces of amazing decor that just lift your house and lift your spirits no matter what the room. The original price here was $19 to $90. Believe it or not, they're made beautifully. And today's deal, $9.50 to $48.75 for a savings of 50%.
Well, they always say you can step up a whole room by throwing these on like a couch.
You know what? From a dorm room to grandma's house, this just works. And don't we all need a little more of an...
My grandma's not that cool. But sorry, Grandma.
Oh, come on.
Okay, thank you very much, Gretta, for all of these deals. Get shopping, guys. The clock is ticking. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals, plus one more online deal at viewyourdeal.com, and members of the audience are going home with a pair of fun socks from Bucket Feet. Come on! And we'll be right back. I love this.
Darlings, Jennifer Saunders and Joanna Lumley talk about bringing the sitcom phenomenon absolutely fabulous to the big screen.
So we have like no time, but there's a British show called Doctor in the House where a marriage therapist moves into a couple's house to help them work things out. Would that be fun for y'all?
Heck no, they'd know I was crazy at that point.
A therapist in the house?
Yeah. No. There was a TV show about Betty Davis was a therapist who was a designer who she could only come to your house to decorate. But in any case, we want to thank you for coming. We want to tell you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy the view. Anyway.